All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. I want to talk today about the first presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, which took place tonight, June 27th, 2024. Now, this debate had been announced a little while back and had been highly anticipated. Now, right from the get-go, Joe Biden, as he walked to the podium, looked very stiff. Physically, when you could finally see him on camera, he looked not well. His mouth was open a lot. He appeared confused. Donald Trump, for his part, looked like his typical self. He had a lot of energy. He was very clear in his thoughts. He was able to actually string sentences together, unlike Joe Biden. Now, as far as the debate format itself, it was a bit unusual. There was no audience. They had announced previously that there was going to be, I think, a 2-minute delay from the broadcast feed. And CNN had announced that they were not going to allow independent commentators to basically live stream and commentate on the event. But I don't think that they actually did anything on that, because it seemed like a lot of people were doing that without any issue. So I guess they figured it probably wasn't worth the backlash that they would get to go around and shut down all these people. Now, CNN obviously, and the commentators were, or the moderators were, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, who obviously are not friendly towards Donald Trump, but I actually think that they did a fairly decent job. They didn't really interrupt. They were pretty straightforward throughout the debate. So I will give them some credit for that. I did not expect that. It was not Joe Biden's best performance by any stretch of the imagination. But this is who he is. This is who he's been. There's a lot of prominent Democrat commentators and pundits and so forth saying, oh my God, Joe Biden needs to be replaced, and he needs to seriously think about letting somebody else run. And it's like, okay, well, where have you been the last 3 years? You're just seeing this now? I mean, this is who Joe Biden is. This is who Joe Biden has been since he's been president. Even before that, even when he was running for president, many people, myself included, have said, "Hey, this guy is out of it. He's not well mentally. He's not well physically." Okay, and that's something that, I mean, age catches up to us all, right? Eventually, God willing, if we live to be in our 80s, we're probably not going to be as sharp as we were in our younger years, right? And that affects some people more than others. I mean, Donald Trump himself is not a young man, but by all accounts, he appears well physically, mentally. He, I guess, just has good genes. And it's just very interesting that all of a sudden, the Democrats had time to have a primary. They basically ran Robert F. Kennedy Jr. out of the party, and no one else stepped up to challenge Joe Biden. There's talk of Michelle Obama, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, among others, but none of them ran. They all know, certainly in their positions, that Joe Biden is not well, is not fit to serve now, let alone another 4 years. Okay, and none of them did anything. So now for his part, Gavin Newsom is basically, at least what he's saying publicly, is sticking with Biden and saying, oh, well, we can't turn our back on him now, and so forth. But I don't know. Are the Democrats actually going to replace Biden? I still don't think so. I've said all along, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Joe Biden, when he loses, is an easy scapegoat for the Democrats, because they don't have to be introspective in any way. They can just say, well, look, we did our best. We stuck with Joe Biden, but he clearly just wasn't up to the task. And they'll use 4 years of a Trump presidency to resist and try to re-energize their party, because their party has really taken a beating over the last 3 years or so. Okay, you're seeing Donald Trump getting record support from non-white voters, blacks, Hispanics, and Joe Biden is not doing well, and the Democrat Party in general is not doing very well among some of these groups. So, yeah, I don't think Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama want to run in 2024, because Donald Trump is a very tough candidate to beat in an election, especially when the Democrats have been in power for the last 3+ years, at least at the presidential level and in the Senate. Okay, so they now have a track record. And what is Joe Biden going to say? He can't talk about the economy, right? He can't talk about inflation. He can't talk about the job market. He can't talk about the fact that there's been at least 15 million illegal aliens that have come into the country, and they're being housed, they're being fed. Where's all this money coming from, right? He can't talk about the world stage, because every corner of the world, it seems, is at war. So he doesn't have a clear argument to make to serve another 4 years. All he talks about is, basically orange man bad, Donald Trump's a threat to democracy, and this and that. Meanwhile, the Democrat Party is targeting their chief political rival. Okay, and the so-called Democratic Party didn't even allow their party to have a legitimate primary, right? And now all of a sudden, a few months after the primary, they're saying, oh, well, now we need to get rid of Biden. Oh, but it's too late to have the people vote, right? Because they don't trust their voters to make the right decision, so-called, right? So that's why they need to be called the Democrat Party, not the Democratic Party, because there's nothing democratic about them. And they've found a way in 2020 with Joe Biden to get the other candidates to drop out, and in 2024 to basically run off any serious challenges to Joe Biden, right? So they found a way in 2 consecutive election cycles, at least at the presidential level, to circumvent the Democrat base voter, right? And even if you go all the way back to 2016, Bernie Sanders got screwed out of the nomination at that point in favor of Hillary. So very good night for Donald Trump. I mean, we'll see what happens. I believe there's at least 1 or 2 more debates that are scheduled. Are they still going to happen? I mean, who knows? I would expect them to. I don't think Joe Biden's going to step down, and I don't think he's going to back down. I think it's just going to be an ugly next little over 4 months. So very interesting times we live in, folks. Very interesting times. Let me know what you all think. Did you watch the debate? What did you all think? So anyways, that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.